Good afternoon, Colton here from techinform.us with the first video here in a few months. Firstly, I wanted to state that I'm sorry I haven't been making content on this channel. I've been very busy with life, school, and traveling. So I'm very sorry. If you haven't seen my vlogs from the last few months, you would not have known that, and I kind of just let you over here on your own. So I just wanted to put that out there that I'm definitely back. I'm not going to stop making content on here, and there's going to be a lot more content coming up in the future. Piece of information out of the way, I wanted to get right into the video here. As you can see by the title up above, this is going to be a dock tour of my dock on April 22nd, 2012. Suggestions to do this over the last year, and finally Bobby, another administrator for TechInform, finally just pushed me over the edge and told me to do it today. So here it is. Without further ado, here's my dock tour. Now, my dock isn't that interesting, but I'm just going to go through it one application at a time and let you know what it is and when or if I use it. Finder, file system for OS X. Pretty simple to use, pretty simple to navigate, and everyone knows what it is. Next up is Launchpad. This is an application built into Lion that allows you to scroll through your installed applications on your Mac and view which ones you want to open. It's kind of like iOS. Next up is Mission Control. This allows you to view all your windows that are open at the moment and view all your desktops. Next up is Dashboard. This is full of your widgets on your Mac and allows you to run a bunch of small applications all in one compact desktop form. This is very cool, and as you can see, I use it a good bit for weather and information about my Mac. Next up is OS X's built-in mail application. A lot of people actually don't like this application, and I honestly don't know why. It seems to work great for me. I've never really had an issue with it, and there are a few other ones that are good, that are third-party mail applications that a lot of people use, such as Sparrow, and I hear they're great. This works for me, so I just stick with this. I say use what works. If something like this works for you, go ahead, use it. If you have issues with it, go ahead and move to something like Sparrow. Next up are my three web browsers, Safari, Google Chrome, and Firefox. I use Safari the most for my everyday browsing. I use Chrome to upload the vlogs to the vlog channel, as well as be logged into that channel, replying to comments, and I also use Chrome when Safari doesn't work for something. And I keep Firefox as a last resort. Next up is my Twitter application. Open it here, you have your Twitter stream. Through this application, you can do anything on Twitter, reply, tweet, direct message, whatever you want. It works well. Next up is Skype, which, if you don't know what it is, it's a video conferencing application that also allows you to chat with friends. I use it for business as well as personal calls. Next up is Messages. This application is currently in beta from Apple, and it's basically iMessages for your Mac. You can iMessage anyone on an iOS or OS X device. It is a great application, and even though it is in beta, I have not had any issues with it. After that would be FaceTime. FaceTime is a video conferencing application for OS X that allows you to video conference with anyone on iOS or OS X. It is a great application and supports HD video, which is another plus. Next up is iTunes. Everyone should know what this is. This application allows you to sort and store your music as well as handle your iOS devices from your computer. After that would be iPhoto. I use this application to store my photos on my Mac and sort them and then sync them to my phone. It works very well, and I've never really had an issue with it. After that is Aperture. I very rarely use Aperture. I just use it to edit images every once in a while, and I don't really use it other than that. Next up is iMovie. This came pre-installed on the Mac and iLife, and iMovie basically allows you to edit videos. It has very limited features, but the features it has work for smaller production videos. After that would be Adobe Photoshop CS5. I currently use this application for all my graphic design work for the site and for personal use. After that would be Adobe After Effects CS5. I do not use this application that much, but I want to get started in using it more, and that is why it's in my dock. After that would be Adobe Premiere Pro CS5. I use this application to edit my daily vlog videos, filmed with this Flip Mino HD 2nd generation, and this application works great for that. Never really had an issue with it, and never really had an issue to switch. Next up would be Final Cut Pro X, otherwise known as Final Cut Pro 10. I use this video for all my personal use, as well as TechInform and tech videos. After that would be Motion. I do not use this application that much, but in the rare case when I need to make an intro or an outro, I use this application because it seems to work very well for that. Next up is ScreenFlow. This application allows you to record and edit ScreenFlow recordings, which is what I'm using right now. It allows you to record and edit your desktop as well as your webcam, different microphones, and it works very well for that. After that would be GarageBand. GarageBand allows you to edit and create songs using different instruments, and you can also edit current songs you have and remix music. It's a very cool application. I just never really got into using it that much. So that would be Keynote. Keynote is basically like a PowerPoint application for OS X, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It is actually easier than PowerPoint to use and actually creates better, more professional PowerPoint presentations than PowerPoint does, in my opinion. Next up is Pages. Pages is pretty much like Word for Mac, just more simplistic and simple. After that would be Microsoft Word. I use this for all my school documents, so they're cross-compatible. After that would be Numbers. Numbers is essentially like Excel for OS X, and it works very much like it, it's just more simple. After that would be System Preferences. This application allows you to edit all the system preferences on your Mac, everything from hardware to general settings to the system settings. After that would be Activity Monitor. Activity Monitor allows you to see what exactly is going on inside your Mac, what memory is being used where, how your CPU is being used. All kinds of good stuff. And that is why I have it in my dock. It allows me to quit processes and view what's going on in my Mac in the rare instances where I actually have an issue. Next up is CyberDuck. This is an FTP client that I use to upload and edit images on the tech site techinform.us. Next up is Parallels Desktop. I use this to run Windows 7 virtually inside my Mac to game, as well as to do any applications for personal use and school use that do not work inside OS X. Next up is Mac X Video Converter Pro. This application allows you to pretty much convert any video file to any other video file. It is a very nice application, never really had an issue with it. It also allows you to download YouTube videos directly on your computer without using a third-party site. It's very easy, and definitely recommend picking that one up if you want a video converter. After that would be TeamViewer. I always let this running on my Mac so I can view my Mac and edit it and control it from my iPhone whenever I need to on the go. And the last four tiles I have in my dock are Applications, Documents, Downloads, and Trash. And that's what's in my dock. What do you have in your dock? Leave a comment down below. I'm curious to see. Thank you guys for the added support. I know I haven't been making content on here, but like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm definitely going to start making a lot more content and doing a lot more stuff in the tech community in general again, because I've missed it and I've missed being busy with technology. So glad to be back. Glad to have you guys supporting me, and with that said, be safe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.